All right, man. Torture Talk. You already know what it is. Torture Talk after hours. So look, man, I didn't feel like recording upstairs, so I figured I'll just do it down here. It doesn't really matter as long as I get them done, right? All right, so look, man, today's episode, we're going to be talking about Drake still trying to interfere and troll Kendrick, and it's just not working. And this whole thing ultimately backfired on him. So we're going to get into that, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back. All right, man. So look, man, we're gonna get to this. This comes courtesy of Jay Black. You already know what it is. Power of the Wakanda should be stripped away. Let's go.
On the amount it went down to, which is $200. That's not that crazy. Let me see if I can go up. Well, y'all, I just reported. Y'all can't see it, but let me put it on screen for y'all to see now. And the thing about it is, once y'all, Drake knows what he's doing. Once he hits the like button on that, it blows the story up. It's not just a simple page. It's Drake hit the like button on it, man.
All right, so for context, I don't think I rewinded enough. Kendrick Lamar dropped the tickets to the GNX Toronto tour from, some people say, from 500 to 200, right? Around that area, right? I didn't pay that much for my ticket, and it was sold out. I'll be honest with y'all. I paid $103. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on where you at. And it could be a reason why this is, but the bigger thing is Drake, someone posted this and Drake liked the photo. Someone said Kendrick Lamar dropped his tickets to for the Toronto tour. Now, it could be taken a bunch of ways. Now, I know a lot of y'all are saying, and I know this is going to sound crazy to say, right? But I know a lot of y'all, and even maybe I said this too, but I thought about it. I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, maybe he liked the photo because he's trying to shit on Kendrick, right? We really don't know what's in Drake's head. He could have liked the photo because Kendrick dropped the price, and because it's in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? But you never know, right? Now, I know we can go off what history tells us, and obviously we would all say that, no, he's hating. That's why he did this. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Let's see what he says, and then we'll assess, because this is really interesting to me.
And now it's a big deal. It don't stop. By the way, this is allegedly podcast. Everything I say and do is for entertainment purposes only, so please leave me out of it. On behalf of Shake My Hand News, all right? But when you hit the like button on that and your name is visible, you turn it into something else. So it says Drake likes a photo on Instagram about Kendrick Lamar and SZA's apparently lowered their. How much was the? Wait, if the price is $200, I mean, we paid almost $500 for ours, right? I think we paid $400 for our Philly seats. So basically, they lowered the price in Toronto to $200. And to be honest, that's enemy territory. So I think the mindset is, if Kendrick is successful in Toronto, that's problematic, because you're in the backyard of the person you're dissing.
Well, the thing is, Kendrick is going to be successful in Toronto. I don't know why people think he ain't. Kendrick Lamar he's a mega star like Drake. I'm sure, I don't know about a stadium, but I will say, if Drake was to do a concert today, if he was to do not even a stadium, but he was to do a show in LA today, well, maybe not LA right now because there's a lot going on, but if he was to do a show in LA, he would probably sell out. These are mega artists. These are mega stars. And people got to stop thinking that there's millions of people in these states. So like I'm in New Jersey. I believe New Jersey has, maybe 22 million or something like that. Hey Siri, how many people are in New Jersey? So it's about almost 10 million now, and I would think in New Jersey it's about 10 million people. Um, so you figure if he's doing a show in New Jersey and it's 10 million people, 40 out of that 10 million, 50,000 people gonna come. These dudes are mega stars, so people will come to these shows. They will. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. Now, as far as Toronto goes, there was a DJ who played Not Like Us, and the crowd was singing the whole thing. Trust me, like, and I don't think that Kendrick is going there. Then again, he probably is going there to shit on Drake. Let me stop playing.
In all reality, the mindset is, yo, you're not even supposed to perform there. You can go everywhere else. You can go back to LA. You can go to Philly. You can even go to Sweden if you want to. Huh? But you can't come here and have success. But the reality is, even if he's lowering his ticket prices, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, due to reports, he's still having success there. We got that too. We kept the file and everything before we got to get the camera loaded. Pardon me.
I don't know if he lowered the ticket prices because they wasn't selling, or he wanted more people to come. Like, I'm gonna put it to you like this, and the thing is, it's not him lowering the ticket prices. It could be promoters, it could be anybody. Maybe they were saying, okay, let's lower the prices to spite Drake. It could be a bunch of different reasons. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with y'all, maybe when they got closer, the projected numbers maybe wasn't what they wanted it to be. Maybe they just lowered the price for one day. We don't know. But we don't even know if this is even true. This is off of Instagram. Like, I don't know if this is actually true or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like, we don't know if this is actually true. We just going off of Drake liking the post. And maybe he didn't even know if it was true either. Maybe he had somebody that actually put that up so he could like the post. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's the case. Who knows?
And this is what's being shown of the ticket sales. And I believe this young lady says Thursday and Friday are currently available tickets. The tickets are only going because the price dropped drastically. I am from Toronto, and I'm not going to pretend Kendrick doesn't have a fan base. Fans, even with the beef. All right? So, and I guess she's showing the amount of tickets left. I got you. Come on. You know I got you. You know Black got you. And shout out to this young lady. Shout out to her. I guess this is the entire. One more time before we click off. And she said she's not going. So she's being fair. She said, but I ain't going to that simply because I am not a fan even before the beef. So listen, we're not telling nobody to like somebody or hate somebody here, you know? So
But see, I can't take that person's word for it either, because what these people do is, you know what I'm saying? Let me see if that's him. Now what he need to do, um, which I can't do right now. I wish I could, but he need to go and see if there's tickets left himself. Because a lot of times what people do is they'll screenshot something, or they'll do this on purpose, and there'll be no tickets, or there'll be a little bit of tickets, just so they can say, see, there's no ticket. We know the girl Portia did it. You know what I'm saying? Now we don't know what's going to happen as far as the Toronto show goes. You know what I'm saying? If he's doing 2 days, maybe people are going on one day, maybe people are going on another day. He's doing 2 days. He ain't just doing one. So we gotta take that into consideration too.
shout out to her for being fair. All right. One more time so you can see everything. So a lot of tickets are sold. And I think the problem is, why are we playing seat watching games, right? We're playing seat watching games. Well, this is the second one. Let's get to that. This is the remainder of it. We're playing seat watching games. We're playing seat watching games. Look at that, seat's not filled up. The battle was the battle, man. It happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Like we all like trying to actually break down where people sitting. Like we don't even know the layout of this stadium, and we don't even like. When I was at the joint, they had some things blocked off. So we don't know how this is gonna play out. Like we just gotta let it play out. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we already discussed this, but it's gonna get sold out. Like people gonna go to this joint. There's no way people are not gonna go. They're gonna go. Yeah, I mean,
Happened. All right. So I'm assuming it's gonna be sold out by June 13th, right? It was a Friday and Saturday show, or Thursday and Friday. So I'm assuming by he got Kendrick. Hold on, Kendrick. No. Hold on, Kitty. You doing 2 days out there? Oh my God. Your shit would have sold out fast. It was one day. You doing 2 days in Toronto? Y'all both being petty. I call y'all both being. Drake is being petty for hitting the like button or IG, and you being petty for doing 2 days out in Toronto, man. Oh my God.
I can't even compare the two of pettiness. I know some people can, but I can't. I don't even think Kendrick is being petty at this point. I'm just saying, like, Kendrick is working. And I just think Drake is still playing. And again, this is a boy dealing with a man. It's just not the same. Like, Drake is still out here playing around. He didn't realize he didn't learn nothing from this battle. He should have changed his whole model on everything. And then basically I would have came out and said, yeah, Kendrick made me a different rapper. That's exactly what I would have said. Kendrick made me a different rapper. Now I'm a beast. Now I'm different. I had to take a L to become a champ. That's how I would move. Yeah, I took a L, but I won't take another one again. Now I learned. That's how I would move. He like a lot of these rappers, they have this mind state that they can't escape. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's why to me, their legacy will always be tarnished forever.
I understand 2 days in LA, with 2 days in Toronto. You gonna let it soak in. You gonna let that shit marinate. God dang. Let's continue. All right, so guys, this is far from over between these two at this point. It's far from over. And one of the reasons I say it's far from over because Drake is gonna release an album at some point, and it's the last thing I got for y'all, the last item. And I feel like when Drake's latest album or new album releases is gonna open up the scab, the wounds, and we're gonna be right back here reporting on it like consistently. That's what I really believe. So I believe this is Aiden Ross, because honestly, no slight at AK academics, whatever it is, but in terms of knowing, what Drake is gonna do, and because we see him on screen with him, I gotta go to Aiden Ross, and this is what he says regarding Drake's album.
Nico, yes. I can't talk too much, but yes, the new album is gonna be amazing. The fuck you want me to say, bro?
I mean, that could be just support, so I get that.
Yeah.
I can't listen to nothing Aiden Ross says because he said Some Sexy Songs for You was amazing. But I will say that this album is going to be different from that. Again, I hope he don't come out here like Elsa singing. Instead of him being Bobby Drake, he be Elsa Drake. I just hope he's not doing that. But definitely think this album's going to be better than Some Sexy Songs for You.
The new album is gonna be really good. I think it's very, 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 very important album for Drake's career.
And when he says that, I think to myself, he's gonna discuss everything. He's gonna discuss again, from his perspective, fake friends. I think he has to discuss Kendrick at this point. He might discuss the lawsuit if he's able to, because a lot of times when you're in a lawsuit, you can't really discuss super particular things, whatever it is. You gotta, sometimes in the sense of, practice silence. But I think he's gonna cover and discuss a lot of this shit.
And I'll explain why after. But that shit tough.
All right, but also he said he didn't hear the whole thing. Let's play this part. Right?
Vice. I didn't. No, I've not heard Drake's completed album yet. Not the completed.
You heard some
yet.
songs though.
But what I will tell you is that Drake is very locked in right now, and I think that he's in a very good high spirits, and he's doing very good for himself, and he's very happy. And I think that's number one when it comes to him.
But see, again, this is why I play this part, because it's still on your mind, right? Because that photo. Hold on, let's go back to this IG post real fast. I'm gonna continue playing in a second. That IG post was 2 days ago. So you can be in high spirits and feeling good, but shit, this shit is still on your mind. Yeah. They posted this shit, the Kendrick Lamar ticket sales, whatever it is, whatever, plummeted, whatever they posted. Again, they posted this, right? Or the prices dropped significantly, whatever. He hit the like button on that. That's 2 days ago. So this man is still in your mind. He gonna have some bars for this nigga. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a fair nigga, so when he drop, I'm listening. We going to do an album, as soon as shit drop at midnight, I'm going live. So don't expect to come to my channel, Jay Black, why you? I'm going to listen to the album. And be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fair as possible. But I'm telling y'all now, I think that he did that Some Sexy Songs for You as a litmus test to see if that album hits and but nobody wants to hear that no more. I mean, No Kid did his thing a little bit, but nobody wants to hear that no more. People want to hear him rap. And I think this is probably going to be, most of this album is going to be him rapping. I don't think Drake is going to try to go for hits no more. I think most of this album is going to be him rapping, and he's going to address everything. And if I'm him, if I'm Aubrey Graham, I am addressing Kendrick Lamar directly, and I don't mean like in a dissing sense. I'm going to say exactly how I feel and what happened. I'm going to let all my skeletons out the closet. Everything, nothing crazy that would hurt me, but just my actual feelings on some things. I'm gonna let it out because people look at Drake as just this manufactured person. They don't look at him as an actual person no more. And I think he needs to basically put that out there like, I'm a real human being. He's so disconnected. He has fans, but his fans like him because he's Drake. They don't like him because he's a human. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
A lot of us will. Because we're curious. At the end of the day, Drake does release some good music. So don't be shocked. Jay, what? I told you, niggas.
Comes to Drake, you gotta understand, like, it matters about where he's at mentally, and I think he's very, very happy. And I think he's about to crush, and he's about to go on this tour, and he's about to be the best version of himself that he can be, you know? And that's what makes Drake, because he's such an amazing artist. And I think that people need to, is it gonna be a classic? Every single Drake album that's dropped is a classic.
That's I'm gonna cut him off right there. That's support.
That's when I gotta turn it off. That's how you know right there. If I'm going off of Eden Ross logic, this album's gonna be trash. I'm gonna tell you right now. This album gonna be trash. If I'm going off of his logic, this album gonna be trash. He said every one of Drake albums that was dropped was a classic. You're bugging, bro. Like, cut it out. Let me make sure he ain't say, like, retract that and say something else. Hold on, I want to see exactly what he said.
Artist. And I think that people need to, is it gonna be a classic? Every single Drake album that's dropped is a classic.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna cut him off right there. That's support. And I think Drake has dropped some classics. I mean, that's a whole other conversation we could have if y'all want to spend 10 more minutes in the video with me, but probably not. At the end of the video, I think he has some classic, but everything wasn't. Zan, I think he will even admit to it, like, everything I put out wasn't. I remember the one time, what album was that? It's off the top of my head. Basically, it was pretty much a lot of singing. Was that For All My Dogs? It was a whole bunch of singing, and then people were like, yo, he not rapping enough. Then he tapped back in, went back into the studio and dropped five or six more, and it was more so rapping. So even he can see, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was For All the Dogs. I'm gonna end it there. That was For All the Dogs. He actually Joe Buttons was the one that made him get back in the studio and get back to rapping. And this makes me believe that he's gonna do more rapping than anything on this next album. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's gonna sit down and with himself and say, you know what? I have to, he might be slick with it. It might have some bars, but he has to address this Kendrick thing. He has to. He has to address it to the point where, not to say he lost or anything, but he has to address it and say that he moved on from it. Because if he don't, and then you got to understand Kendrick Lamar is still around, man. He's still looming. So it's like you drop an album and Kendrick drop an album, he's gonna step right on your rollout, bro. He's gonna beat you. It's not gonna be. You might outsell him in a week, but the shock value is gonna tank your album, bro. And I don't think Kendrick is gonna do that. I don't think Kendrick is gonna drop an album on Drake's album release. I don't think he's gonna drop a GNX Deluxe. I don't think so. But if he drop a him and SZA album, yeah, Drake can hang it up. He'll never get that spot again. I'm gonna tell you right now. But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Torture Talk After Hours. You know what it is, man. See y'all. Peace. Bye.